suffering, in case you didn't know. And if you didn't know, you're clearly not on social media because that's where they tell you how much they're suffering. I mean, you're also ignoring the media who repeats their claim to be suffering without any mention of, or very little mention of what it is that is the reason for their suffering right now, as opposed to, say, October 6th, 2023. And if you're on X, formerly Twitter, you will have seen a lot of the suffering expressed in a very specific and repetitive way. So people who may or may not be in Gaza, I have to clarify that first. We don't know who these people are. We don't care to find out. But they post on X saying often things like, I'm being blocked by the algorithm. Nobody can see my posts. Does anybody even care? Leave a dot, which of course is a way of getting engagement. On this channel, we say we encourage people to engage, to comment, to have a discussion, to express their views in the Palestinian version. A dot is as you know, it's basically as much as they can say without lying, I think. Um, and yeah, if you look at these accounts, as far as I can tell, they always come with a request for financial help, request for donations. So, this Gaza grift has been going on, but it seems much like the overall anti-Israel, pro-Hamas propaganda to increase. And that is the topic of today's episode of the Daily Objective. Welcome to the show. I'm Razi Ginsburg. I'm joined by Daniel Kraus. Daniel, you're not as I think, active on X as I am, which is probably a wiser decision. But have you come across this other than me asking you to look it up for the purpose of this show?
Well, I just like to say, as you can see in the background, I'm in the bunker in Gaza right now. So if people can please send some help, the genocide from Israel is getting stronger. So every day now,
I
I
can see
might
it's
be
an
going.
American-sponsored genocide because that looks like it might be an American flag behind you, which
It's
actually.
Malaysian flag. Don't worry about it, which is actually very similar to that, but it has different top left. I mean, yeah, I've seen it here and there when like these random things. Of course, something that we might bring up later, or maybe we can talk about some other time, is many people might have seen similar ads on the YouTube that suffering in Gaza, you can help it, although that is sort of a different idea. Uh, I mean, yeah, one thing that you, of course, notice about all these suffering people in Gaza is, of course, all of them have Twitter Blue because, it's just you had to get more attention. You have to spend, like, you might be dying, you might be starving, but it's a good price to pay to get Twitter Blue just so more people can see you. When it comes to, I mean, I'm really wondering. Do you know about the dead internet theory? That basically something that could happen, something that could wipe out humanity, and the internet would just be like bots talking to each other. And there's like two kinds of bots. You have the bots that are like actually like computers automated, and then you have sort of bot farms, which are people that are acting as other people. That's why I really dislike when people say what people on X say, because people on X oftentimes means some Russian or Chinese propagandists who are trying to push a certain thing. Um, so yeah, something similarly might be going here. Uh, how to recognize these kind of people is, as I've said, they always have Twitter Blue. They always, oftentimes they post like one or two, three like different pictures over and over again. You can always try like reverse search, what reverse image search those images, and you often find, oh, they've been posted many of them have been posted like not even during like this Gaza war, but even before. So I know that especially when it comes to the starvation in Gaza, a lot of pictures that are being spread, especially on X, when you have no source. It's pictures taken from Yemen, pictures taken from Sudan. So yeah, you absolutely see that a lot, and yeah, I mean people jump on it. I mean when you see a picture on X, no source, nothing, somebody suffering, the profile picture looks somewhat like like the person on the picture. So yeah, just to start us off.
Thank you, Bonnie, for the super chat. Do you want to look at some of these tweets? Let's look at a few of them. It's a small sample. These are going on all the time. Okay, this is one I saw today, which I thought was interesting because it looks like really badly done AI or Photoshop or whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you try to start by looking at the background, it's weird how where the smoke comes from in the building. But if you look at the guy coming out of that, it's interesting that he is completely covered in dust except his neck. It's a very selective kind of bombing. I mean, we know that Israel, targets people very specifically, but being able to cover somebody in dust that way without while leaving their neck and leaving them, seemingly looking okay. Um, yeah, interesting post. And yeah, this guy earned his way to our thumbnail today with that post. So yeah, it says if you're scrolling, please leave a dot. Do you want to show us another tweet, and we can kind of see that there is a
You
pattern
wanna play?
here.
Well, it's just sound.
Yeah, this I'm guessing is also AI. Oh yeah, it definitely is AI. The flags are, you can see the flags in the upper stands there. That is not what it looks like when football fans wave flags. But let's break the algorithm. Reply with a dot. This is interesting. Okay, this is he is clear that what he wants is just people helping him get engagement. Let's look at another one.
Well, not just break it, 2 million views. Just and
Yeah,
again, this is most likely AI. I mean, if you look at
actually,
the flags in the background, they like switch from one side to the other, not waving. The flags in the back don't even make like in the back. There's like the old German imperial flag almost. Like it makes no sense. If you look at the hands that are being shown here, they also sort of like weirdly break. So and yeah, I've never seen like the people who supposedly make up the Palestinian flag. Do they have different shirts? Because this is like a weird, really weird way of them like coming
yeah.
in together.
AI is getting there, but it's not quite there yet. Can you go back to the previous one just for a second? So this one has 153,000 likes. Can you scroll down? Let's see. That's 42,000 likes. And that's the thing. I mean, it's likes. I'm gonna leave aside the 10,000 retweets because I don't know how many of those are retweets and how many of those are quote tweets of people pointing out that this is bullshit. But 42,000 likes indicates that people, are likely looking at this with some concern that maybe this person is really and from among the people who are concerned, some people, a minority will, but a sizable minority perhaps, will give some money to whoever it is who again may or may not be in Gaza. Um, okay, we saw Dr. Yusuf. Now can we see Yusuf? Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, just something to point out. I mean, even just the views, right? When it comes to the propaganda against Israel, what do you keep hearing? Starvation, bombing, people are suffering, and these things get like millions of views. This is making the image of Gaza, which is absolutely a false image of Gaza and false image of whatever football stadium this supposedly is. But yeah, there's this one.
Yeah.
They're all called Yusuf also.
Yeah. Yeah, they're more diverse now than just being all Muhammad. Yeah, Yusuf in Gaza. The previous one was Dr. Yusuf. Uh, so this is an interesting one. So first, he's quote tweeting himself. This tweet, the quote, the recent one is I can't see Daniel, but it's a few days ago, right? And the original one is
Uh,
July 29th. Yeah,
this
this
one
is
was from a week,
yeah.
and this one is from end of July.
So the quote tweet, can you scroll up, is unfortunately, I will die, crying emoji, uh, telling you with a broken heart, I have been diagnosed with malnutrition due to lack of food. My body is gradually collapsing. Yes, I am hungry and I cannot buy food. If you're scrolling, please leave a dot. It's just a dot. Yeah, with just a dot, you can save the lives of dozens of Palestinian malnourished man-childs. Yeah, this is so he's quote tweeting himself. The in the quoted tweet, he was about to die on July 29th. July 29th, I will die. This this dish is for 8 members of my family for the whole day, but my father and mother refrained from eating so that we could eat and satisfy our hunger, and they did not eat anything. $20, 3 replies, even dots can break the algorithm. Yeah, so they always want dots, but what they really want is
Well,
food.
they
With
donated.
money.
Well, they donated, so he didn't starve. He got to live another day.
That is okay. You have the generous explanation, but yeah, if you just scroll down, yeah,
Or on the original, or
on the quote tweet. Um, oh,
oh,
actually, no, let's open the July 29th one just to point out what the community notes say. So yeah, this image, as the community notes say, was already posted in January, and they show it, and it's the same account, and the same account didn't even bother to delete it because if it is a Gazan, whether or not it is a grifter from Gaza or a grifter from somewhere else using the war and people's concern over Gazans, uh, yeah, they consider anybody looking at this to be so stupid that yeah, reverse image search, forget about that. They're not even going to scroll down and see who this person is. So yeah, wait, what was the earlier one?
this was the in January, the
Okay, in
original one.
January. Oh, it
Same
was also
picture.
for 8 members of his family that and oh, okay, it was exactly the same. And he didn't ask for a dot. Then he asked for money. Um, but yeah. Let's go back to the other one. And in all of them, when you scroll down, you see that they are asking, they always ask for money. Look, Yusuf is asking again and again in reply to his own tweet for money. Urgently contribute $50 to save my life. And by the way, GoFundMe allows this. GoFundMe needs to actually look at what their
Yeah, and even
yeah.
if you look, like he is still po like he posted about starving like today. This has raised $50,000, and he's still starving. He's like the Nigerian prince that he just needs like 50 more bucks to be able to like receive those money.
Jesus Christ, somebody donated $676. Th- and in one sense, okay, let's stop seeing this and then we can share stuff again afterwards. But in one sense, I do feel bad for people who get taken in. Yeah, it is your fault. But also it is an evil person, this whole if you leave the door unlocked, why are you surprised that somebody goes in and steals your stuff? Well, it's still the person going in and stealing your stuff who's evil. But yeah, you should know, and you should know in 2025 that there's a lot of this. You definitely get scammy messages, emails all the time. You should know that that happens on Twitter. And uh, but on the other hand, this idiot gave $676 to this guy. The latest one that we saw in the on the side there. And yeah, so the Gaza Grift is bringing in good money, $50,000. Jesus Christ. The Ayn Rand Center UK, we got a, $50,000 just like that, I think the war would be over, Daniel.
Yeah, and like something I'm wondering, like, can you even like send money to people in Gaza? Like, uh, I don't know specifically how. Like, let's say you're individual Palestinian in Gaza. What do you use, like Cash App or something? Like, how do you like? Aren't there some sanctions when it comes to funding? There definitely needs to be is some. I should have looked into it before, but there might be some regulation in place that sort of like regulates what money is coming there already. But of course, if the money is going somewhere else, then you don't have to worry about it. Now, when it comes to GoFundMe, they're supposedly making sure, or they have like something in place to set up that if there is a fraud, they basically prevent it. But as you said, this has been up since January, so this has been going. Now, some of course, you see a lot of debunking to this. People saying this is just like somebody is acting, or this is somebody else, or something like that. And then you have the other side saying this is a Mossad agent, like acting as a Palestinian to take money from the or to make money of the suffering from the Palestinians. Which, again, like when it comes to now again, if you even if you are sending money to Palestinians, you are sending money to an enemy that should be taken out. And I don't mean like every single Palestinian should be taken out, but this should be brought to a close. Uh, and then, if you really do want to do it, then go through the proper channels. Send money to the IDF, who are now redistributing the aid, unfortunately, to some extent. But this is the people who are actually giving aid to Palestinians for wars or for worst.
Yeah. So yeah, GoFundMe. Really, it's too easy with that name. But seriously, people, check out what it is you're allowing through your platform. Um, Daniel, can you go on Twitter and just search? I did this on mine, but I'm not sharing the screen. Search leave a dot and then go to the latest tab, and let's see what we get.
Are
And
you sure about that? I know. Let me just scroll it a bit just so we don't
okay, you
show
can
some.
scroll it. So yeah, we are live, and you never, yeah, on X, you never know what you're gonna
Okay,
get.
we can do at least a bit, right?
Yep. Okay, we can't eat without your support. For you, it's just a tweet. For us, it's survival. If you're browsing, please leave a dot. It's just a dot and a GoFundMe link. Yeah. First of all, nobody. Like, I don't understand how they can eat dots. Are they really that starving? But no, they want more people. This poor guy in 2 minutes only got one retweet, one like, one reply, 12 views, and presumably like $1,000. Okay, you want to keep
Wait, do,
scrolling?
do you wanna do you wanna check out his GoFundMe?
Sure.
I
These
made
people are
sure it's a
getting
little bit more
free
crazy.
free advertising here. I know some
Yeah.
people in the chat who show up regularly who will actually go and give these people money. Yeah, this guy is making Jesus Christ. It's like,
The-
has anybody checked the per capita GDP in Gaza in the last few
and
months? It might
is
be
this even
the
Gaza?
highest in the world from these grifters.
Is this even Gaza? Anyway,
Well, he has a PLO flag and a watermelon slice in his yeah, okay, another
must
one.
be.
Nobody cares about us except a few. Blah blah blah. If you're scrolling, please leave a dot. It's just a dot and then a GoFundMe link. Okay, another one. If you leave a dot, just a dot. Do you want to see if this guy there's one reply. Do you want to see if
Which
yeah.
one? This?
Yeah, let's see what the reply is. And yes, that is always a
A
risk.
dot?
Oh, it's a dot. It's not even, there's no, this guy. Hang on. Let's go to their profile. And again, that is risky here on X, but all right. Okay, this person really just wants dots. Okay, those apparently exist as well. We're not gonna keep
And
scrolling.
apparently Gaza has graphic designers, so if anybody wants to provide some work, then
All right. No, nobody cares. Is that the same one that we saw before? If you're browsing right now, please just leave a dot in the comments section, please. And then another one, I'm Eileen, I'm not a number, and I don't want to die. If you're scrolling, please leave a dot. It's just a dot. Go fund me. No, give it a different one, but same grift.
oh, this is
Please, I
actually
don't want likes.
I
Wait, that
don't
was a good one.
I don't think wait. So what is this picture then?
Post something random or you'll have an awful October. All right. And then they quote tweet it for some reason. Please, I don't want likes. I don't want views. I just want to eat. If you're browsing, please leave a dot. It's just a dot. So yeah, some of these. Okay, okay. I think we get the point. And yeah, Daniel.
I mean, what else did I have? I mean, yeah, something to, of course, remember is all of them have phone, all of them have internet. It reminds me of what was that girl's name? Bisan, something like, "Hi
I
Gaza,
think it's
this is."
still her name, and she is still alive.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, it's genocide, it's open air prison, you're suffering, but somehow you have like stable access to internet, you have access to electricity, you are able to charge your phone, you're able to record everything. Something you always say is like, the pictures of the explosions as they happen. Well, try to guess why there's always camera on the explosions that happen. Because Israel lets people know when an explosion is coming, so they can set up their cameras to make sure it gets recorded. Uh, None of those people are in those buildings actually. No, well, they go to the buildings afterwards, to get the dust and so they can show up. Um, which again, I don't know what even needs to happen to get your dust on yourself like that. I'm not an expert, but unless you are inside the building and you get her, what, do you just like stand next to it to like get dust in your face, or I have no idea how that happens.
And
What
again,
else was
they
there?
leave unscathed except the dust. Um, Paul says that Bisan has also put on a ton of weight. Okay, now I know what you're doing when you're not watching this show. You're watching Bisan. But thanks for watching
Wait,
that
wait,
so
wait.
that we don't have to. Sigal says, what is it with the dots? Something new? Clearly, you're missing out. You haven't been paying close attention to pro-Hamas Twitter or X. This is, I don't, it's not new, but there is more of it. And the more of it is kind of toe to toe with the more loud anti-Israel stuff. So somebody earlier mentioned that it looks like Maccabi won't be playing Aston Villa because Israel is about to get kicked out of UEFA. Yeah, that looks like it's likely to happen this week. I kind of wonder if it's football fans, it's going to be fascinating how they do this because the way Europa League works, if you kick a team out 1 week into the games, uh, it's very sad for me as a fan. But it's going to be interesting to see how they restructure the whole league since Maccabi has already played a game and I think played better than people expected, which might remind you how things happen after the Eurovision when Israel for 2 years in a row won the popular vote by a massive margin, and Spain said, "Let's change the voting rules," and then they said, "No, let's just get rid of the Jews." But these posts are doing what grifters do, which is they pull at people's heartstrings. They talk about suffering. They give you an opportunity to feel like you're doing something good, and that is if you've been raised in altruism, where altruism is the only philosophy. Basically there's variations on the theme, but it's all altruism, whether you're on the left, whether you're on the right. They think they're completely different and opposites of each other, but they're both pushing altruism, and you will see that and you will immediately think, okay, if I'm a good person, I have to give to these people. And yeah, whether or not perhaps some of them are in Gaza, I'm assuming many are not in Gaza. This is, this is it fits into the culture. It's as sad as the wider direction the culture is going. And yeah, it's there's humorous aspects to it, but it's really if you look at the big picture, I think it's a bit terrifying.
Yeah, and something to realize about people, and I don't know what kind of people donate to them, if it's really like pro-Palestinians, if it's just people getting duped and not even knowing like anything about the conflict, right? Like it's not like everybody knows about every single war and what exactly is happening. But something to always, what do the pro-Palestinians always say? This is like a man-made catastrophe or a man-made crisis or something like that. And it's precisely because it's man-made. You do not want to send any money to it. When like an actual catastrophe happens, hurricane or something like that, yeah, you want to help because you want to prevent as much suffering as you can in this short term. You want to return to normalcy as soon as possible. When it comes to dictatorships or when it comes to people who are supporting a war, you do not want them to you do not want them to live. Or you do not want to support them. You want them to stand up. You want them to do something about their condition. You do not want them to prolong that condition. If it is because of foreign aid in many African countries, in many, or especially in Gaza. That's the reason why they don't stand up. Why would you ever stand up if your standard of living isn't getting lower while living under a dictatorship? When living under a dictatorship, your standard of living should go lower and lower every single day until eventually, hopefully, people stand up because they do not want to stand for that kind of government. But if you are prolonging it, if you are making sure, no, it's a war. It's you have supported this war. You have supported this dictatorship, but nothing will happen to you. Well, what do you expect the future will be? They have no reason to stand up. Why would they ever? It's simply, I mean, it's simple incentives.
Well, the Ayn Rand Center UK is not a charity, it's a for-profit company. And even though Daniel, I know, is feeling a bit lightheaded because it's been since lunch, since the last time he's had any caviar, that is not a reason to support the Ayn Rand Center UK. You should only support us if you get value from what we do. And if you become a member, you will get, we expect additional value because you will have access to additional perks. Other than memberships, we also sell tickets. Tickets to what I'm pretty sure will be the greatest conference the world has ever seen next month. I was about to say next year. There will be one next year, but next month in Orange County, California, the Irreplaceable Spark Conference featuring people from this channel like Jonathan Hoenig, Mark Pellegrino, um, Anders Ingemarsson, who am I forgetting? Michael Kaufman, many others from the channel, people not from the channel, like Alex Epstein, like Leonard Peikoff, who has been on the channel, and many others, people who have created actual value and have made millions that way, as opposed to the grifters on X. They have actually built stuff that people wanted to pay a lot of money for, and that's how they got rich. And they will be telling their story of how they got there. They will be giving advice on how you can get there. And if you are free that weekend, you absolutely should come to that conference, and we hope to see you there. Thank you, Jonathan Hoenig, who will be the first speaker at that conference, for the super chat. Daniel, parting thoughts?
Leave a dot.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Objective and the Sunday Spark.